Hey guys, and welcome back to the ranch. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different, and what I'm going to do is going to make dog treats for Twinkie, our ranch dog. He's got a little bit of sensitive stomach and can't eat everything, so we're going to make some homemade apple and peanut butter type cookies for him. So the main ingredients that you need are apples, wholemeal flour, oatmeal flakes, peanut butter, and water. I'll put the recipe down in the description for you with the exact quantities that you need of every product, and I hope you enjoy this video. First thing you gotta do is you gotta take your apples, the amount of apples that you need, that you can see in the recipe below, and you gotta grate them. You gotta grate them really fine. So this is gonna take a while. Your hand is surely going to cramp up while doing it, but take your time. It almost turns like into an applesauce afterwards when you look at it. But yeah, do that for all the apples that you need, and that will bring you then roughly to the quantity that is in the description. So the apples itself weigh a bit more than what is needed per the recipe, so that when you're done, when it's only the core left, minus the core, that should be approximately that what you need. So let's get rubbing. For your next step, you're going to want to take your household scale and your bowl, which is large enough, and start measuring in the amounts of flour and oatmeal that you'll be needing. So my recipe here calls for 500 grams of flour. The measurements in pounds, ounces, will be below in the description again. Ready, guys? There we go. That will be 500 grams. Now it's 80 grams of oatmeal. These are just the regular plain oatmeal ones that you have for breakfast. Just make sure you don't get the ones that have any type of flavor in it. So it's the original kind. So, put 80 grams of that. Next, it calls for 120 grams of peanut butter. Now, make sure it's the creamy kind, not the chunky kind, because you don't want any chunks of peanut butter that your dog might get caught in his throat. Also make sure, if possible, that it's a natural kind. Just make sure there are no added sugars and stuff like that inside. As you all know, sugar is not good for a dog. So we'll add 120 grams of peanut butter. You can add a little more if you like. The dough will just get a little stickier to work with, but it gives the cookies more of a peanut butter flavor, of course. Then put your spoon. You can use your spoon to mix afterwards, and if you don't want to do that, you can just go ahead. Sorry about that. You can just go ahead and give your spoon to your dog to lick, because every dog loves peanut butter. And next is to add the ground apples now that we just ground before. And we have to add 230 milliliters of water. Now after you got all the ingredients inside, you just mix everything together to a nice dough. The dough is a sticky dough, so when you go to work it, it will be kind of sticky on your hands, and also when you go to roll it out afterwards and cut the cookies out, you'll want to roll it out on an extra amount of flour as to not get stuck to your kitchen counter, kitchen table, wherever you're working on it. I'm just going to go and finish it off by hand. Make sure you knead it good to get the peanut butter mixed with everything so it doesn't just clump in one location. But as you can see, it's very, very sticky. And yes, it's totally fine to leave the peels of the apples inside. It's also fine if you wanted to prior peel the apples, that's also fine. Whatever you feel like doing. You see, it's really sticky. What you can also do now, stick it in the fridge for a couple minutes while you prepare the other surface, or clean up a bit around to get ready to punch out the forms, so they can harden up a little bit on you. But basically, from kneading it, this is about as good as it will get, as doughy as it'll get. But that's fine. We can totally work with this. So I'm gonna put this in the freezer, quickly clean up my area, and I'll be back when I'm ready to start punching out the forms. Okay, so I got a little bit of wholemeal flour down now. I got a piece of the dough here in my hand. I'm gonna put it down, make sure I get some of the flour on both ends. I got my rolling pin here. I also put some flour on that, just like when you roll out any other thing. My rolling stops here on the side, these are set to 1 centimeter. So the conversion will be down in the description for you guys that use standard sizes, non-metric. And just roll it out, and basically you cut it to any shape and form you want. I got a little bone shape here. I got this form off of eBay, and what I do is just start punching them out. Usually I punch like 2 or 3 out at once until they start plopping out from the top, and then you start lining them on your cookie sheet. Take a cookie sheet. I use one with the wax paper on. I'm not sure if you can use it with the non-stick cookie sheets that are out there, but you just gotta try. And just put them really close together, because these cookies don't really grow. So you can put them really close together. So no need to waste any space. And that's it. We're gonna punch all of these out. And in the meantime, you can preheat your oven to 200 degrees Celsius. As again, standard degrees will be in the description below. And I'm gonna go ahead and punch all these out and get back to you once I'm done. Okay guys, I'm done punching them out. As you can see, I got 2 full cookie sheets. And like I said before, you can really pack them close together. They're not going to grow on you. So there's chance of sticking together is basically 0. So now we're going to bake these, as I said before, at 200 degrees Celsius for approximately 30 minutes. It all depends if you prefer the cookies to be harder or softer for your dog. That's just, yeah, whatever your dog prefers. So approximately 30 minutes. Afterwards, we're going to take them out and let them cool down, and then we'll see how Twinkie enjoys them. Alright? The time is up. It's time to take the cookies out of the oven.
You can either put them on a cooling rack, or like me, I'm just going to put them out on the balcony to cool down for a couple of minutes before I'm then going to put them in a cookie jar. So let's get them out on the balcony. So the cookies have time to cool down now, and this is how they look when they're done. If you got excess flour on the back, you can just brush it off with a little paintbrush, that you use to paint on an egg yolk and stuff like that. And then you put them in Tupperware and you're good to go. So let's see what Twinkie thinks. I would say Twinkie the Ranch Dog approves. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, aka a like. If you haven't yet already, please subscribe to the channel. Check us out on our other social media, and we'll see you guys soon.